Hey you! Welcome back. On this episode of ProNoobRC, we got our buddy Nick's truck back on the bench, and we're installing some PowerShift LED option parts on it. So we got a Y harness here. These are the OEM headlight and taillight kit for the truck. And this is the dash light kit for the navigation. The dash gives it like a backlight and a glow, so that'll be kind of cool to get in. And these are rock light kits. So if you guys remember Nick's truck from before, it is actually a Axial 10.3 body sitting on a VS4-10 ULTRA chassis. So everybody always thinks it's just a 10.3 because of the body, but it's just an upgraded body or a different body mounted onto the truck. Looks fantastic. Yeah, we did the axial bumpers and such. I think it just looks beautiful on there. We used the Night Customs body mounts and rock sliders to make it all fit together and the body tuck in. So enough about that. Let's get this thing popped off and see what's under the hood. Okay, so we are also using the Night Customs 3D printed inner fender wells all the way around on this truck, so that's actually really nice and simple, and nice and sturdy too for bolting to. They're not flimsy like the Lexan ones, so that's going to be nice putting these ones in. So in the bag that comes for the light kit, you get a PowerShift RC business card. And you get a whole bunch of power feeds. We'll throw that straighten up later. Anyway, this is a tap that plugs into your LiPo battery. For a 3S battery. That's why you order it for 2S or 3S, and they just decide which plug to plug it into leash power off of. Kind of beats up the battery though. I'm not really a big fan of those kind of things, waste leach power, but it does work. So that's going to give you your 4 rock lights. So before you get into that, you're going to want to make sure, oh, and then here's your screws to mount them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure that's all there. Now you can see that there is 4 feeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 5 feeds, sorry, and then 4. So 4 will go there, and then 1 will run to one of your splitters. So here's your light bucket dealy things, and these guys. And where's my splitters? There might be instructions online, but it's pretty simple. We can just figure this out. So here's another 2-way splitter that they put in the kit. So that's going to run from your 5th wire off of your main. So you're going to run from your 5th wire out with that splitter, and then you can run to this kit that goes up to the dash, and then with the next splitter that should go into the OEM light kit, which would do the hopefully 1 connector, and it does all the lights front and rear. There you go. Yeah, you get the front lights, you get the rear lights. We'll have to hook it all up and test, make sure we know which is which before we plug it in, since nothing is marked, but that's simple enough to hook it up and test it. But there you go, that's all your full layout. So you always want to make sure you get everything laid out first, you know which way it's going and how to install it, and then it should only take you a few minutes. So unfortunately the screws they send are for going through the Lexan. And we need to go through the 3D print, which is like 3 mils thick at this little nipple for the screw mount. I don't know why it has that. So get that pre-threaded nicely. Where's the light? Oh my God. Okay, so there's a gap there. See the gap right there, right there. It's gotta go. So I'm gonna have to file off all these little nubbins and get those flush. And then another thing I wanted to point out was these holes are a little bit bigger. So it depends whatever application you're using. Just make sure your hole is large enough for that light to clear. That could be a little bit better in there, see? And it could be more flush. So we're gonna have to drop that down. Okay, there we go, 1,000 times better. Cut out that hole for the light. I'm gonna go through and clean that up after. I just wanted to give you guys a of how she's gonna look. I'm gonna find some shorter screws, these ones protrude through. That will be no bueno in the back. The front's kind of open there, so it doesn't matter. So there we go. Look at that. Get rid of the gap. Well, once the front screws in, no gap there. And now we have the full light coming through the bottom there. So awesome, awesome. I'll probably taper out the edge of that hole on the bottom so the light can actually spread instead of being boxed coming down. So might help a little bit. So in theory. Okay guys, we got all 4 of the rock lights now mounted into the inner fender wells on the truck. So that portion is complete. I'm gonna move on to now laying out all the electronics and making it work. So let's just start. I already put it all together. Just playing around, figuring it all out. So let's show you how we figured this out. So this is your vehicle OEM wiring harness. The rear is gonna be the long wire from the Y harness here. See, there's a 3-foot long one after that, about 30 inches long. Maybe not so, yeah, about 30 inches long, which is nice. It's gonna give you lots of room to route it. Those are your reds for your rear. The short ones are the white for the front, so we're gonna put that there. That is actually gonna connect into this wire harness, this Y harness. Now this Y harness has a male and 2 females on this end. So it's kind of a little bit backwards the way it goes, but it works out perfect. So just the way they did it works. So that female or male goes in that female connection. This is your main power. We'll call that the squid if you want. It's the 5 wires. 4 of them are going to power your rock lights on your wheel wells, and 1 of those is going to power everything else. So this guy here is going to hook into the other side of one of these female connectors, the male to the female. Make sure your red and black are lined up before you try forcing everything. And put that in, that's done. And then on the other side, that is going to hook up to the 3 little LEDs that go behind the dash with the 3D printed elements. Now, with those 3D printed elements, I went ahead last night watching some TV and I painted the inside of them chrome with liquid chrome. So you can see I did that on the inside, so it's going to help the light diffuse. The light for the GPS box comes in from the side, so the chrome's going to help diffuse the light, have it coming out, so it doesn't look like an old Timex watch where it's just kind of lit from the side. If you all remember those from, if you're old enough to remember crappy watches. Everything's a smart watch, so. And it's pretty cool looking little chunk that's going to go behind your RPM and your speedometer on the dashboard to give you some more light there. So now that's all put together. And then remember, this unit is powered by your balance lead on your 3S LiPo. When you order this, they're going to ask you if you're running 2S or 3S, and this is why, because how they're going to wire this plug on this connector for you, so you need to tell them if you're 2S or 3S, make up your mind before you order it. You drive the truck first, make sure you do it. We only run 3S. 2S to me is like putting a 4-cylinder in a fully built crawler. Once you get these aluminum wheels and billet axles and all the stuff like this guy's wearing underneath, 2S is not going to drive that truck nicely at all. It's going to be a slug. So you can see we got the front OEM lights there. We got the rear OEM lights running there. We got our dash elements. Can you see that reflection I was talking about already? It's already bouncing off that side there and lighting up the whole box. It's going to look awesome. And then we got the elements for behind the gauges. And then of course the rest of the plugs here are going to hook into the rock lights on the truck. Now I'm going to put this all in. I'll get the GoPro running so you guys can watch some overhead footage of me jamming this all into the body and such. These pieces are going to be shoe glued in behind the dash, so I'm going to have to sit there and hold it for a few minutes. We're not going to film that, just trust me, they get shoe glued in. Line them up good. It's very simple actually. Right up here, there's a spot where they're going to fit right into. Now these pieces are black behind, so yeah, we're going to see how that looks. We'll get back to you on that. I might have to do a little paint removal just right behind the stickers to get them to light up. So let me just see what it looks like, and we'll go from there. I don't think it's going to light up much. What do you guys think? Okay, so we're going to have to remove some of the paint behind here because it's pretty black. So yeah, you're going to want to make sure you pre-plan this out. If you're doing this in an existing body like this, you're going to have to remove some paint. We'll have to show you how to do that with a little bit of 600, 800, 1000 grit sandpaper, and of course wet sanding. So a little bit of wet sanding, that paint's going to come off pretty quick. You're not going to want to use a chemical or anything like that because it could run and get places you don't want it. So it's going to be just a small piece of sandpaper and just keep working at it, okay guys? So I'm going to start with some 600, start bumping that paint off. I'm going to go 800, I'm going to go to 1000. Remember, it does not need to be clear. There is a sticker on the other side. We just need the light to transmit through that. So we're going to deal with that and watch how it goes. Okay, stay tuned. I'm going to throw this in. You can watch from the GoPro, and let's get this guy done. Okay, so I have sanded off the paint on the back side of the nav screen and the tachometer and the speedometer. Now I'm going to glue in the 3D printed elements and light up the wires, and I have to sit there and hold that for a while. So we'll come back after that's in, and then I'm just going to brush paint around the edges, some of the high spots I touched. I cheated, ended up using my toothbrush sander. Watch one of our videos how to make one. Pretty sure you can figure that out though. Make one. You can save a lot of time right there buffing off the 2 rounds there. So a little pain in the ass spot to get into. That guy just saved a lot of time. I'm going to glue those up, get them mounted, paint it around them, throw the rest of the lights in it, and then we'll throw it on the truck. There's really not much to see. I'll get a couple clips on how we're going to run the wires, keep it clean, keep it fresh looking. We don't want a bird nest, rat nest under there. That just doesn't look cool. So we're going to make it look good and clean and get her done. Yeah, so I'll come back with an update when this thing is done. Okay, well there we have it. We got the lights mounted in there. We tucked all the wires nice. We got the dash light unit glued in there. The little navigation, we had to remove the paint. We showed you how to do that. We laid all the paint, all the decals down into the low areas, into here. And then I covered everything in some black vinyl just to keep the wires down and looking good. We have the pigtail that's going to run down to the body with a male and female connection. And then off of the chassis, did I say body? I mean down to the chassis. Off of the chassis, I've got the wires tucked in nice. I've got a little bundle here with some slack. We can pull out some extra so we can help fight and get the body on nice. And then we've got the wires run all down through here, running up through the middle with the power right beside. This power as your battery connection will be right beside your balance port connection. So nice and simple. Last at least thing to do is light this thing up and turn some lights off. Okay, there we go. You guys can see the fabulous rock lights down there. Look really good in there. Give it some good light up. And then the tail lights on the rear, looking extra good. You can see the light from the inside on the navigation and the, what's it called? Navigation and the speedometer and RPM. I'm going to go do a little bit of touch-up paint around there where I can see some extra light bleeding through, where that's all part of it. And then obviously we got the headlights on the front looking great, so yeah, fantastic looking. Yeah, the navigation lights up pretty cool. Actually, put that chrome background in there really helps. Things popping really good in there. Just gotta do a little bit of trim on there, but hey, looks awesome. Very good detail. Okay guys, well that wraps that up. All in all, that was a pretty decent kit. I like how there was the extra wire to do the length. There was, I think, 30 inches, right? So I hate kits where you're very limited on, you barely just make the kit. If you guys have done the Axial, the older Jeeps, the wiring kits that you get from them, from those cheap $10 wiring kits, it would just barely be enough to reach the turn signals and such like that. So it's kind of nice to see a kit coming out with some long wires. The connection, I wish there was a power distribution block with a voltage regulator instead of taking the power from the one cell, but I was doing it with a winch, so that was probably a lot more aggressive than this. So they're probably fine. Yeah, so that's going to bring us to the end of that. PowerShift RC, if you guys want to check out that light kit. This is the scale light kit for the Axial Scx10-Iii. And yeah, check them out guys, powershift.com, and grab yourself a kit, and we'll see you on the next one.